It's 2025. We're no longer using the water bath method to bake a cheesecake because it's unnecessary. If you bake it low and slow, you don't have to worry about your cheesecake cracking. So let's make a Snickers cheesecake. For the crust, I'm using a cup and a half of graham crackers, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar, and 7 tablespoons of butter. It should look like sand once you're done. A springform pan is the only acceptable pan to bake a cheesecake, y'all. They're hella cheap at Walmart. Go and pick you up one. I'm using a 9-inch pan. After I flatten my crust, I use a measuring cup to shape it. And then I'm going to bake it at 350 for 10 minutes just to set it. For the cheesecake, I'm using 4 blocks of softened cream cheese and a cup of sugar. Once that's mixed, I'm adding 2/3 cup of sour cream, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, and 4 large eggs. And make sure to scrape down the sides of your bowl. We want to make sure that everything is incorporated. Now we can go ahead and pour our batter into the pan. This was my first time making a Snickers cheesecake, so I was kind of playing around, kind of figuring it out as I went along. I poured some chocolate and some caramel on top. I know that caramel looks questionable. My suggestion, once you get to this point, use a knife to swirl it into the cheesecake. My syrups kind of just sat on top and it took this forever to set. And it wasn't the cheesecake, it was the chocolate that just wouldn't set. I had to eventually place this in the freezer. But we're going to bake this again low and slow at 300 for 50 minutes. Once it's done, the center will be jiggly, but it should also bounce back when you tap it. We're going to let this sit for 2 hours at room temperature before transferring it to the fridge overnight. And then you can decorate it however you like. I used mini Snickers and I chopped them in half. Then I crushed some more Snickers into my food processor and I added both around my cheesecake. And y'all, I was very impressed with the way this came out. 10 out of 10. The only thing I would do differently next time is use more caramel and use a knife to incorporate my syrups into the cheesecake. But again, 10 out of 10. The full recipe will be in the caption. Y'all let me know in the comments if you try it and what you think.